I'm working on a Volvo XC90 2008 3.2 liter V6 and doing a power steering flush. And I wanted to post this video to help people like myself that may be a kinesthetic learner like me. You may have worked on cars, done lots of major repairs like I have, but I've just never done a power steering flush for whatever reason with my vehicles. Maybe I don't own them long enough or whatever. Maybe I didn't even care at the time. So I wanted to touch on a few things that I was confused on the tutorial that I watched. And that is the concept of how this flush works and what you're achieving by using certain tools or not. As I am doing it manually, it may be a little bit more back and forth of, the steps, but for me, it's easier. I don't have the hand pump. I was kind of at a standstill. I didn't understand what I was actually doing here. So I wanted to talk about that and make this a concise, easy way for you to do it if you're having trouble like me. So what I'm doing here is working with a disconnected return line, which is this big one with the hose clamp. On the 3.2, that is the low pressure line, and the high pressure line is underneath here in the center connection. The low pressure is offset to the side. The high pressure is in the center, as you'll see when you look under the reservoir. So essentially what I've done and figured out the easiest thing for me is to go ahead and get yourself a rubber stopper. This one was, I don't know, 5/16 at the small end and 9/16 at the big end, I think. That detail, I ran to the hardware store, got it, slapped it in. It didn't work, went back, got the size down, it worked. So you guys, you can figure that out and get whatever size it is. So, sorry. And what I'm doing is forget everything else that you may see on another video, because this is what I did for now on this tutorial. Make sure the fluid's at, high enough that it's above the screen, the filter inside, which is in the center, and filters the fluid before it returns back to the high pressure line in the middle. I'm just making sure it's at the minimum and maximum level in there. And I have the car jacked up off the ground just like everyone else does, and I'm turning the steering wheel back and forth multiple times, over and over and over and over. It's bottomed out left to right, and then I maybe for about a minute, and then I return to here and simply take a Chinese food soup container, perfect size, and get it up under there like so. And when you're ready to expel the fluid after you've turned that steering wheel multiple times, you simply remove the plug. And you're going to get a little bit of crap on your hands, yeah, sure, but it's part of the job. Wear some gloves, get some paper towels, get some microfiber towels, whatever, and yank that plug and drain it in. You can tip that thing on its side and get pretty much every single drop of fluid out I've found, which also kind of contradicts what other people say, because they're not doing it in this method. So that is in essence what I wanted to share with everybody. The hand pump is actually the assist in, because you're not rotating the serpentine belt with the engine. The hand pump, and this is what I didn't get, the hand pump assists in pumping the fluid out of that hose as you're mixing the fluid by turning the wheel. So you're doing the same thing, but you're expelling the fluid with a bunch of crap that I couldn't find to fit that anyway. And it was because I didn't measure and whatever. It was just the way it all went down, and I don't have a hand pump anyway. So that was the thing that I was lacking understanding of in this job, was that is what the job of the hand pump is. I just thought that he was going back up into the reservoir and manually pumping it out. But no, he was connected to that line and pumping it into the waste container. So that's about it. I could say a few other things I've encountered on the job, but you'll figure it out as you go. And maybe I'll update you as far as air in the system when I'm done and see how that goes in a second video. Thanks for watching.